Okay.
Welcome back to the Sonic Locker Room. This is Bill Althouse of Sideliner Sports, and we're celebrating our 18th year, bringing you the best and the brightest from Eastern Jackson County and the metro area. And let's talk about the best and the brightest. When it comes to baseball in the metro area, all you have to do is take a look at Jeff Langer's Harrisonville High School baseball team, an 18-1 record. Coach, we were visiting a little bit before we went on the air. What has it been like this year, especially with two great senior leaders like Keller Johnson and Levi Hall, to have this 18-1 record? You got some big conference games coming up, but man, I mean right now, especially with, a little bit of crazy weather here and there, and you just got to be thrilled at this start.
Yeah, we're extremely happy. I think it's been a really enjoyable year. We knew we'd have some success just because we've played a lot of the same kids for really, this is kind of the third year in a row for our lineup to be relatively similar. We lost a few pieces here and there, but I think that experience factor returning this year has been really key. There's always the rush of making sure everybody's up to speed with defensive situations and first and third situations, bunt defenses, pickoff plays, and just how we operate offensively. And so it's been a real pleasure to, be able to kind of reap the rewards of kids that have kind of been through it all, a couple of times already, and see what they can accomplish. And then they've just come through, as we mentioned before we got on air. It seems like when we've needed big hits, we've gotten them. When we've needed to get out of big jams, we've made big pitches, and the defense has made some nice plays. And just feels like we are, when things are going well, you kind of get the timely hits and make the big plays. And when things in baseball aren't going well, then you leave runners in scoring position and things like that. But this group has just come through time and time again. And they've done this, in my opinion, with a much more difficult schedule than what we've played in recent years, too. So that's another feather in their cap.
Start off with 7 wins in a row, then lose a 1-0 game in a doubleheader. Currently, you're on an 11-game winning streak. Coach, what's the secret? What's the key to having a team not only play their best baseball throughout the season, but taking it in right now to where in a couple of weeks postseason's going to come around, and I'm sure your team will go into that with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, well, I think it's a credit to the focus that the kids have that, every day we come to play, and, again, it's hard to stay up all the time. So it's quite a credit, for anybody to win 18 of 19 because, there are just days that your body doesn't feel as well and you're not as motivated. So, I think we've gone through a little bit of that here and there, but for the most part, our kids seem to just enjoy playing the game. And I think that's a big part of it, that they like being out there. And we've tried not to shelter them. It feels like when we've had tough decisions to make, should we play this game? Should we not play this game? We've always erred on the let's play as good a competition as often as we can. And I think it's helped to build a tough team that hopefully will be resilient in the postseason too.
Keller Johnson, a senior first baseman for the Wildcats. Keller, as a senior, playing in a season up to this point, 18-1. How exciting has this been?
Yeah, it's super exciting to be playing at this level this far into the season. Usually teams get out to a hot start early and then fall off, and we're just keeping the train rolling down the tracks and hoping to continue on to a deep postseason run.
As a senior, can you look at some of the younger guys on the team and think, gosh, that was me 4 years ago?
Oh, yeah. I tell them all the time, 4 years of this high school baseball and high school itself flies by. Just enjoy every moment of it.
Was there a point, maybe the 7-0 start, maybe just heading into this season, that you felt like this could be a very special senior year for you and your teammates?
Yeah, I knew game 1 against Lewisburg, we haven't beat them since I've been in school, and we went out and we beat them, and I knew from there that we had the ability to beat anybody in the state.
Jeff, what does Keller bring to your program?
I think leadership, number one. He's just been a good leader. He was a big part of our basketball program that won 22 games, and so I think his winning approach and attitude is really key, and it bridges us to Levi as well, because Levi has been a big part of our varsity team for 4 years and been one of our top pitchers and our leadoff hitter too. And so both these guys have just been terrific leaders, and they're going to leave a legacy beyond this year.
Levi, what's your approach on a day where you're pitching? What's your approach on a day when you're playing shortstop?
It's pretty much the same at the beginning. I mean, I don't really change my routine up very much. It's just I have a different job that day. There's nothing that I do more or less for the team or for myself that I really get ready for. It's just go out and compete.
Just ask Keller this question. What on earth is it like being on a team that's 18-1 as a senior?
It feels really nice. I felt like especially my first few years, we had to deal with a lot of loss. But up until this point, being 18-1, I still don't even think we played our best baseball. And I just feel that we've gotten a lot of good players, and we still have a lot of young guys, and just those younger guys from the past have really grown a bunch, and it's just we're all coming together as a team.
Levi, what are you passionate about in regards to baseball?
I have a major love for the game. I've always had a love for the game since I was young. But there's nothing better than, especially now that you're living through this win streak, there's nothing better than a group of guys around you that are constantly supporting you and helping you out in every aspect of the game. Your solo successes are just leading up to what is bigger, and ultimate success of the team, I feel, is a very, very love for the game that I have.
Leadoff hitters can be game changers, and you lead off for the Wildcats. What does it mean to you? What does it mean to the team when you start the game getting on base and you be the table setter and let the other guys drive you home?
Well, I don't necessarily know what it feels like for them, but I just do my best to get on base and set them up for our better hitters down the line. I mean, there's so many guys that have so many pop throughout our entire lineup. I feel that even if just one guy's having a bad day, the next guy's going to pick him back up. And so if I can do my job, get on base, then somebody's going to pick me up throughout the way.
Jeff, what can you sense in the dugout or coaching at third base when Levi starts the game off with the base hit, gets somebody on? Can you sense a new little energy, a new excitement level?
Yeah, I mean, I think the importance of getting leadoff hitters on is just paramount, to scoring runs. And, really Levi had hit more in the middle of our order until about halfway through the season last year. And one of the things we really liked about him there is that he's willing to take some pitches. He's not afraid of getting deep in counts. Often he begins games, we get to a 3-2 count and maybe fouls one or two off, and then, takes a walk, gets a hit. Really, both these guys have been two of my better guys at just doing what's best for the team. Mm-hmm. And that's one thing I think we've really grown at this year is we've been willing to take the base on balls. A lot of our guys want to hit high for average and are concerned about that stuff, and that's fine. But I think they've been willing to understand that, hey, if I just get on base here, that's doing my job. And I think we've, for the first time really since I've been here, we've walked a lot more than we have given up walks, and that's just been critical in kind of dominating some teams from time to time, really.
I just can't imagine. I've seen some very, very good teams this year, but to be 18-1 at this point of the season, Jeff, can that big target on your back, is that something that could add a little extra stress, a little extra strain when your guys are going out because they're going to get the best from everyone they face?
Maybe I guess winning always produces good stress, I think, because I've been in seasons, where you feel like all we're trying to do is just kind of, get through with the best record we can have, but it's all coming to an end. And most seasons do come to an end with a loss, really. But this year's just been different because kids have done what they need to do, and I'm with Levi on the fact that I don't feel like we've played our best. I know I still find things to complain about inning by inning, and so I come home sometimes and my wife's like, "How can you not be just thrilled with this?" No, I am thrilled with them, but I also know that we left some runs out there and we didn't execute this and that to the best of our ability, and the times are coming where some of the situations that we either excuse or allow, will hurt us if we're not aware of them and bringing them up too. So just trying to be the best team we can be daily.
Coach Jeff Langer, Kellen Johnson, Levi Hall, we can't thank you enough for joining us today. Congratulations on all the great success. 18-1 at this point of the season, some big conference games coming up, and then head into the playoffs where everybody's record is 0-0. Guys, this has been a Hall of Fame show. I can't tell you how much we appreciate you, and you're always welcome here in the Sonic Locker Room.
All right. Thank you.